Hello, hello, my love. Welcome. This is going to be your spirit and soul mini reading. We're going to be looking at the energy of your question. So it looks like we're looking at the energy of your education and potential career path. You're not sure if you want to finish psychology, the psychology program, or switch to nursing, which may take a longer time. So we'll keep that in mind and just kind of see how spirit messages correlate to that topic or that, the energy of that question. But I always allow spirit to bring through whatever they feel like needs to come through. So let's get started. So I'm going to go ahead and cleanse the table. And just take a moment to put your hand over your heart. Close your eyes and imagine your heart space opening up like a door, giving me permission to connect with your energy, as well as opening yourself up to receiving message from spirit. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Another deep breath in and out. Okay, so I'm feeling a lot of male, a lot of masculine energy for you, my love. And specifically a lot of the energy of trees. I feel like tree spirit is very grounding and very rooted. And I think that that's kind of the essence you need right now when you are maneuvering through this kind of a question or this kind of the energy of your life. It's like you're picking and choosing what you want to do, what path feels right for you. And so I think the tree energy was coming forward for you for balance and to kind of remind you that your roots they're mobile. Like you can uproot and you can move. You're not stuck, and I feel like spirit wants you to know that you're not stuck and you don't have to stay in one space just because you've invested so much time and energy into it. You can be mobile. They're saying literally the choice is yours. You'll be great with any path that represents your heart. So as long as the path is where your heart is feeling called, you'll be successful. You're going to be successful no matter what. And I think that's kind of like, to me, it kind of is a relief. I feel like spirit is kind of telling you this because maybe there's anxiousness around you and there's this feeling of, if I choose the wrong path, I won't be successful. And I think spirit is really telling you it doesn't really matter what the career is. It's how that energy represents your heart. Is your heart happy in that path? Is your heart, being fulfilled with that kind of career? And it's to be honest, anybody can do any career, but if your heart isn't in it, it's not worth it. So I think that's what spirit is trying to tell you is, as long as your heart is in this, you're going to be successful. So it's not so much about making the right decision about the right path. It's follow your heart. Where does your heart feel more invested? Where does your heart feel more aligned? And then the last message I got from them is they're showing me the essence of green in your aura. And green is healer to me. I wrote down healer. So as long as your path represents the energy of healing, helping others, you're going to be fine. Like it's a good thing for you. And then they're also saying to keep focused. They're also showing, they were also showing me apples. So that's where I was like seeing the tree, and then I saw apples, and it says new life can be yours. Keep focused. So you're capable of starting over and starting fresh if you have to, and if you don't, you're going to be successful either way. Your heart just has to be in it 100%. So I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's get into the cards. So we have the swan energy coming forward for you. And this is water. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out the swan just to see what the message is. So this says, effortless creativity, sensitive, mystic, elegant power. The swan represents heightened creativity. In Hindu mythology, the goddess Saraswati, the embodiment of language, creativity, and artistry, rides on the back of the graceful creature. The swan is ready to take us there, to the fluid realm of writing, creating, and reflecting. This potent and healing energy is not to be taken for granted or taken lightly. When the swan card appears, your soul is calling for attention, for solo time. An inner voice is waiting to be heard, an inner vision likely to be revealed. So this message is a calling for reflecting. You're going to be faced with looking into the mirror, looking at yourself, taking a deeper glance at yourself, at your life, at who you are, at the essence of who you are, and really like letting this lead you to this next step, this next phase in your life. And I love this because I feel like this is totally it's telling you you're gonna have to quiet your life. You're gonna have to go inward. There's gonna need to be a place of peace, and maybe this is where you're gonna receive some messages from your guides or whomever you're working with for further insight. So it's actually a call to go inward. Your spirit is telling you you need to quiet your soul to tap in and see what your heart has to say. Present. May you sense each shiver of the surf. So this is again a reminder to remain in the present state. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about the past. If you've made mistakes, if you've done the wrong thing, if you don't pay attention to the past, and certainly do not worry about your future. You need to be focused right now on the present. You have the air energy card, which says Ruach. Wow, I'm gonna have to look that up because I don't know what that means. So let's see. Unless that's a typo, but I don't think it is. I've never heard that word before. Let's see. Oh, okay, Ruach. It's a Hebrew word, concisely and precisely describes how the spirit of air makes itself known to us. Ruach, more than one meaning, and is interpreted as either breath, wind, spirit, or Holy Spirit, holy breath. Oh, that's so beautiful. So the message, it becomes apparent that your breath has been shallow and stilted of late, often to the point where you catch yourself holding your breath. Correspondingly and ironically, you've been noticing how you have been neglecting your spiritual practice, leaving you bereft of the much needed circulation of both air and spirit. The tension in your body is due to feeling overwhelmed with earthly tasks to the point of forgetting to consciously breathe and neglecting to attend to your relationship with spirit. So again, it's kind of like this call from your guides to pay attention to you, to pay attention to your soul, your heart, the inner self. There's so much blue in your cards, and I can see it here too. And this is emotion. This is life. This is like water. This is what's within you. And so spirit is telling you there needs to be a time of slowing down. There needs to be a time of catching your breath, and if this is pulling inward and going inward and canceling on plans and canceling on other things that you have going on in your life that are causing you to feel so anxious, there's a need for peace. There is a need for one-on-one time with yourself. Back on task. Be sure you are using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider reviewing your goals, your schedule, or a project you're working on. All could use fine-tuning. So that message is very, very specific. It's fine-tuning your life, getting back on task, getting back into the groove. And if you've been feeling like you've lost track, or you've just been kind of all over the place and you haven't been on a routine, this is a call for that. And lastly, the color card is gray. Learn to scan your body. The gray space within our soul is the spaces that are just kind of they're not black or white. They're in the in-between. You're not quite here, you're not quite there. You're just, in this weird middle space. And maybe the gray energy is telling you to tap into the gray parts of yourself, to tap into the spaces that don't make sense, to tap into the parts that you're unsure of, that you're rocky with. And this to me is representing this path. This is maybe this need for making this decision is causing you so much stress, but Spirit is telling you, you have to make this decision on your own. This is not anyone else's job, even mine, to tell you what to do. This is something that you need to look inward and ask yourself where your heart is being called. And with that, I feel like that's pretty much the gist of the message. And I just want to say I wish you all of the best, my love. And I think that with time and some patience, I think you will be able to figure out what your heart is calling, what your heart wants, and just trust that process, my love. You'll be fine. So with that, thank you so much for allowing me to read for you. I hope that you enjoyed your messages, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, my love.